right, welcome to GAP training number 1, how to log in or register for an account. So the first thing you're going to do is the browser of your choice. You can do this on desktop or mobile. Type in thegapp.app, hit go. As soon as you are here, up at the top, you'll see login/register. Whenever it takes you to this window, you're going to scroll down and it's going to say need an account ? Register. Now you're going to put in an email. If you put in an email that already has an account and confirm, it's going to send you an email to that account and tell you to reset your password if you forgot your password. The password needs to be at least 12 characters and include an uppercase, a lowercase, a number, and a special character. Once you have made it to 12 characters and you have met all the password requirements, it's going to have a green bar all the way across. Remember, you do need to have a 12-character password. You're going to confirm your password. Once you have confirmed your password, click register, and it will say, please check your email for confirmation. So go to your email, and you're going to see an update from thegapp. If you have a Gmail, it's going to go into your Gmail updates. Click on that, click on confirm your email, and then open up your browser again. It's going to say success, please proceed to log in. All right, so now you're going to use the same email and password to log in. If you forget your password, there is a forgot your password button at the bottom. Just click on that after you type in your email, and it will help you reset your password. If you want the app to use your current location so that you can track activities according to your current location, hit allow. For your display name, you can pick whatever you want. I'm just going to do my first name and last initial. You can pick your language, your time zone, and the date format out of these 3 options. If you want to read the terms and conditions, click right here. It will teach you the terms and conditions for thegapp. If it sends you back out after the terms and conditions, you'll just have to re-log in again. Sometimes it does that. So you've set your display name, you've clicked I agree with terms and conditions, and then hit continue. So now you're here inside your account. Click get started. Okay, so this is very important. Once you enter into or log into your account for the first time, if somebody else has invited you to another workspace, that's going to be notified up here in the top right with the notification bell. So if you click on the notification bell and click view invites, this is showing that Carter, my user, currently has been invited into the MPL Global Engagement workspace. And so if that is the case, you do not need to set up your own workspace. You've been invited to another workspace already, so you can hit accept. And as soon as you accept, it's going to take you through the terms and conditions of joining that workspace, which you can read through. Click accept, and then click continue. And now you are inside of the workspace you have been invited to. Now, if you have not been invited to a workspace yet, then you can create your own workspace, which I'm going to log out and log back in and show you what that looks like. So you've set your display name, you've clicked I agree with terms and conditions, and then hit continue. So now you're here inside your account. Click get started. Workspace name. All right. Each workspace is required to have a default country. I'm just going to say United States. And then your Christian affiliation. If it doesn't scroll through to find your specific affiliation, you can just type other. Hit agree, and then hit continue. Okay, so now you've seen the difference between what it means to be invited to a workspace and what it looks like to start your own workspace. Now you can be a part of multiple workspaces, and to toggle between those workspaces, up here you're going to see 9 squares. So in the hamburger menu, again, top left, 9 squares, click on that, and you can see both the workspaces that I'm a part of. The MPL Global Engagement, I click on that. I'm in the MPL Global Engagement workspace where I can track activities, build gen maps, etc. Or I can go back to my default workspace that I created a second ago, Carter's workspace, and now I'm back in that workspace. So that is how you go between workspaces. Now we'll do the onboarding activities. All right, so these are the onboarding activities, and it is helpful to walk through them. You don't have to walk through all of the training videos if you don't want. That's kind of why I'm recording these, to make them a little bit more simple. But if you hit start now, the first thing it's going to take you to is your country of origin, next, primary spoken language, next, your people group, next, additional spoken languages. If there are none, you can click next. And then before you end these settings, the most helpful thing to do first, and this is where Gapp comes in handy, is to add people group shortcuts. So if you are working among particular people, language, or religious groups, then go ahead and add those shortcuts here. I'm just going to add Mexican, Arab, and then Nepali. People group shortcuts do not mean these are the only people groups you can track on. These are just shortcuts so that you can shortcut the activities whenever you're tracking entry, gospel, discipleship, church, etc. Also keep in mind that you can always come back and change the people group shortcuts, and if you forget one, you can always add the people group or search for it in the activity. Language would be the same thing, so I could put in Spanish. After you've done your language shortcuts, you can also do religious background shortcuts. All right, and just as a little quick tip, it's as you start typing something, like if I'm going to type in Islam, if you start typing, let the database go ahead and search, and then you can scroll for the different options and then select on them. All right, the final thing that you want to add would be a location shortcut. So this will go ahead and preload the map to a relative location to where you want to track activities. And again, this does not mean this is the only place that you can track activities. It just simply means that it's going to give you a relative location. So I'm going to drop a pin right in Oklahoma City and then hit done, hit continue. All right, so I'm going to save my changes. Very important at the bottom to hit save changes. All right, so I scroll back up at the top. And if you ever need to change these settings, up in the top right, you'll see your initial. It's in the circle up here. Just click on that and then click on settings. And when you click on settings, it's going to bring you back to this same exact screen we just walked through, and you can update your settings there. Also up here is where you can manage your account, which includes managing your personal info, other user preferences, and if you ever want to do two-factor authentication, you can go to manage security and set up your two-factor authentication here. If you ever want to change the language in the account, just hit manage account and then manage your user preferences, and then you can change your account to a different language, and it will change the whole app to that specific language. I believe Gapp is currently translated into 120 of the most common languages. Now I'm going to walk you through your workspace. So at the very top left, you're going to see a hamburger menu that opens up. Now, if you have been invited to any additional workspaces, that will be this little notification bell over here. There will be a red notification that someone is inviting you to another workspace. You can be a part of multiple workspaces, but this workspace belongs to you and your account, and you can also invite anybody else into this workspace. Now, this is a tutorial for just the basic version of the Gapp app. This is not any tier higher than the free tier. So this is the free tier. If you do want to see a breakdown of the different tiers, just go to taethne.com and it will show you pricing and what's included. From my understanding, there will always be a free tier available for the gapp.app. Go to menu and then go to what is Gapp ? Then you can scroll down and read a little bit more about it and see the different tiers. So here's the 0, the free tier, create up to 5 teams, configure core task templates, create unlimited users, email support, and then it goes up from there. Basically, the main change is that in the teams. The only thing really that the enterprise package includes that nothing else does is the API access, priority email support, and the whole fully customizable template questionnaires for Entry Gospel Discipleship Church, and that's about it. So, but this tutorial is basically just giving an overview of the basic functions using the free workspace. So when you look through your workspace, you go ahead and click on Default Team. You can rename this team if you want. Just click on Settings down there at the bottom. And I'm just going to put Carter's Team. You can select a different color for the team, and then go ahead and click Save Changes. If you ever want to delete a team, just scroll down to the bottom of the details under the team and click Delete or Archive. Now, under the preferences for the team, this is where you're going to select your church circle icons. These are all the currently available icons for the different practices within the church circle, so you can select of the available, and more are coming soon. If you scroll over a little bit more, you'll see templates. Now, these are the available templates for a default free account. With other paid accounts, you can add new templates. But basically, these are all tied to core missionary task activities. If you want to see a preview of what these templates look like, then you simply click the check mark here, and it will show you what the fields are that it's asking for. Notifications under the Teams menu is simply for you to get notifications if team members are invited, accept the invite into this team. So once you're done setting up your preferences for the team, go ahead and go back to the hamburger menu up top. So underneath the activities menu, this is where you're going to see aggregate totals of all the activities that you enter in. So for all of the gospel conversation activities down here, it'll show the metrics on red, yellow, or green, or already following whatever you've entered. At the top, it's going to show the number of teams, the number of members in your workspace, number of detached members, and it'll also show churches and groups. The activity summary is going to show the number of gospel conversations, discipleship trainings, baptisms, leadership trainings, prayer walks, language study, etc. The number of peoples impacted, this is where it's going to pull in all the people group information that you're tracking activities among. The calendar is going to show an aggregate list of when these activities occurred. The map is going to show where the activities occurred. And down here, this is a running log of who is actually adding activities. So this concludes the first video of the GAP training. I'm intentionally doing this on my phone to show you that anybody can do it no matter what device that you have. If you would like to make the gapp.app an icon on your home screen on your iPhone, click the little box at the bottom of your screen right there with the box with an arrow coming out, and simply open that up and say add to home screen, which is at the bottom of this menu right here. Once you add it to your home screen, it's going to pop up and look something like this. That gives you a shortcut so that you can click immediately and get right into your workspace. So this concludes the first video of the GAP training. Check out the next video, video number 2, where I'll show you how to log your first church and activities.